Who is the best player from every nation at the FIFA World Cup 2026 this summer? Well, that is what I'm going to be answering in today's video. We're going to go through all 48 nations, and I'm going to pick one player that I believe is the best player on the team. The World Cup is almost here, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and turn that notification bell on because I'm going to be posting multiple World Cup videos. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Starting with Group A, we have Mexico as the first country. And for Mexico, I have a player who has played for Wolves. He scored a whole ton of goals there. He's played for Fulham. He's scoring goals there. Raul Jimenez, he is aging. He's in his mid to late 30s, but you know, he's still bagging goals in the Premier League, the hardest league in the world. He has 9 goals. I think he's the best player for Mexico, and he's always stepping up for the national team. Next up is South Africa, and this is one of the few nations where I had to do some deep research on, but I've gone for a player on the Orlando City Pirates in the South African League. His name is Relebole Mofokeng. This season in the South African League, he's very versatile, by the way. He can play left mid, right wing, center attacking mid. He has 10 goals, 8 assists, has been one of the most crucial players for the Orlando City Pirates. Next up is South Korea, and unfortunately, no, it's not Son Heung-min anymore. I've gone for a player who plays for PSG. He's going to be a great player in the future, Kang In Lee. This player is technically gifted if you watch him play. His chance creation is amazing. I think he needs to leave PSG if he really wants to take that next step in his career, because right now he's sitting on the bench. Next up is the Czech Republic, and there were a few good players to choose from, like Vladimir Sofal, who had a great season with Hoffenheim, Patrick Schick, who's always a consistent player for Bayer Leverkusen, but I've gone for a player who plays on West Ham United, Thomas Soucek. He's played in the Premier League for 6.5 years. Throughout that time, from center defensive mid, by the way, he has 41 goals and 8 assists. And he is also very solid defensively, so he was one of the few bright sparks in that West Ham United team that did unfortunately get relegated from the Premier League, and I think he could be a real threat to other teams in this World Cup. Next up is Canada, and this one is pretty obvious. It is Alphonso Davies. Despite him having multiple injuries, I think he suffered another one, so I don't even know if he's going to play in the World Cup. Yeah, he is by far their best player. Such a great left back when healthy. But yeah, Alphonso Davies. Next up is Bosnia and Herzegovina. I could have gone for Demirovic, but he needs to really clean up his shooting ability, despite him scoring multiple goals. I've gone for the center back, Tariq Muharremovich in the Serie A. He's been rock solid defensively. He's won so many tackles, so many clearances. He has been brilliant this season in the Serie A. He's the player that I've chosen from Bosnia. Next up is Switzerland. I've gone for Granit Xhaka. He's played for Arsenal. He's played for Leverkusen. He was part of that team that went undefeated in the Bundesliga. And now he's on Sunderland and plays brilliant for them. Defensively, he's absolutely brilliant. Going forward, he's amazing too. He is one of the most underrated players in the World Cup, in my opinion. Next up is Qatar, and this is the easiest choice of the video. Akram Afif is, in my opinion, the most crucial player to his national team in the world. He has around 80 GA in 120 games for Qatar, which is just absolutely incredible. Now, Brazil is pretty difficult. I did go for Rafinha, though. When Rafinha plays for Barcelona, he just makes everybody around him play better, too. He was injured for a lot of the season. He only played 22 games in La Liga, but he had 16 GA in those 22 games. The year before that, though, he had 27 GA in La Liga, which is absolutely incredible from him. And I think he is Brazil's best player at this World Cup. Morocco, simple answer, Achraf Hakimi, one of the best right backs, if not the best right back in the world. Now for Haiti, I've gone for the man who plays for Wolves, Jean Bellegarde. He wasn't that bad in the Premier League. He did have his moments, and honestly, he's probably the best player on Haiti anyway. Scotland is a simple one as well. Scott McTominay, player of the season, Serie A last year. Ever since he's gone to Serie A, he's been absolutely brilliant. 13 GA from midfield this season. Scott McTominay it is. Now time for the United States of America. And I have not gone for the Pennsylvanian Pele, the LeBron James of soccer. I've gone for Weston McKennie. Very versatile player, 10 GA. He played pretty well in Serie A at the back end of the season. Now for Paraguay, they actually have some very underrated players like Gustavo Gomez, who plays for Palmeiras. They have Alderate, who plays for Sunderland. Diego Gomez, who plays for Brighton, who I was very close to picking, but I did pick Julio Enciso. I think when he plays for Paraguay, he just plays on another level, and I do think that Paraguay could be a potential dark horse at this World Cup. Now for Australia, I almost went for Matthew Ryan, the goalkeeper for Levante, who's been absolutely phenomenal this season, but I went for Jordan Boss. He's a left back that plays in the Eredivisie for Feyenoord, I believe. He has 11 goal contributions from left back, solid defensively. Now for Turkey, and I have chosen Arda Güler, but you could make an argument for Kenan Yildiz. Honestly, you could have picked either one. I don't care. They're both absolutely brilliant players. Both of them are going to shine at this World Cup. For Germany, I was debating between Jamal Musiala and Joshua Kimmich, and I've gone for Kimmich. I think he was brilliant for Bayern Munich this season. So versatile too. He can play right back, he can play CDM, he can bag a few screamers from outside the box whenever he wants, and overall, he's a very underrated player, I think. For Curacao, now it's one of the two Bakuna brothers. I've gone for Leandro Bakuna. He plays in the Turkish league. He's more defensively minded, but he's still a 13 GA in the Turkish league, which is really good for a defensive-minded player. Next up is the Ivory Coast, and I've gone for a player that is one of my favorite players in the entire world. Jan Diomande, who plays for RB Leipzig. He is one of the most exciting players, in my opinion, to watch. He has 20 GA in 33 games in the Bundesliga. His dribbling is absolutely insane. He's so fast, so much flair. He's only 19 years old too, I believe. I love this guy. Next up is Ecuador, and even though he has not had a great season for Chelsea, I'm still going to go for Moises Caicedo. Whenever he puts that Ecuador top on, he just looks 10 times better. He's an absolute beast in that CDM position. He plays with so much heart, so much aggression. I love it. Next up is the Netherlands, and I've gone for, controversial maybe, Virgil van Dijk. Even though he's like 34 years old, he's still one of the best center backs in the world, I think. Netherlands have a very solid squad on paper, but I think that Virgil van Dijk is still the best player. Next up is Japan, and I have gone for Daichi Kamada. He plays center mid for Crystal Palace. He just won the UEFA Conference League. This season, I thought he has played really good. Pretty underrated defensively too. For Sweden now, this could be controversial, but I've gone for Victor Gyökeres. 21 goals this season for Arsenal, not bad at all. And for Sweden, he scores goal after goal after goal. He has 19 goals and 32 appearances for the Swedish national team. And I have a feeling in this World Cup, he's going to bag a few more. For Tunisia, I've gone for Hannibal Mejbri, the player on Burnley. He was the only player who actually looked like he wanted to be there in the AFCON tournament. And he has experience in the Premier League, so why not? For Belgium, I had Courtois written down, but I've actually crossed him off because I want to give Jeremy Doku his props. 10 GA in the Premier League this season. It's absolutely solid. He is absolutely exceptional at dribbling. He has so much pace. He's kind of like Jan Diomande, actually. But yeah, whenever I've watched Manchester City play, this guy is always one of the best players on the field. For Egypt, it's Mo Salah. Next. For Iran, I've gone for Mehdi Taremi, plays for Olympiacos, 10 goals in 24 games in the Greek Super League, not bad at all. But I do think overall he's probably the best player for Iran. For New Zealand, I've gone for Chris Wood. He scored multiple goals for Burnley and Forest in the past. So yeah, you've got to go for him. For Spain, it is the best player in the world, Lamine Yamal. 27 GA alone this season in La Liga. He is out of this world at dribbling, and yeah. Pretty simple answer. For Cape Verde, I've gone for the Benfica left back, Sidney Lopez Cabral. He has 11 GA from that left back spot. Saudi Arabia was a bit tough, but I've gone for the holding midfielder, Abdul Hamed. He was on that launch team that came second place right behind PSG. Had a really strong season. Defensively, he's a beast. Next up is Uruguay, and this answer is very simple. It is Federico Valverde. He's great at basically everything and is very consistent for Real Madrid, so you know, easy answer. Next up is France, and this could go to Michael Olise, but come on, it's Kylian Mbappe. 30 GA in La Liga in 31 games this season on a very disappointing Real Madrid team too. Next up is Senegal, and there were actually 3 players I was debating. Those 3 players were Iliman Ndiaye on Everton, Sadio Mane, and Ismaila Sarr. I did go for Iliman Ndiaye though. He's all around a very solid player. always super consistent for Everton, and even though Sarr just won the Conference League with Crystal Palace, I think that Ndiaye is just more consistent for Everton and the national team. Next up is Norway, and this is easily Martin Odegaard. I know I'm joking, it's Erling Haaland, come on now. 35 goals and assists combined in the Premier League, which is, I mean, that's absolutely absurd. In the best league in the world, you have 35 goals plus assists. That is unheard of almost. Next up is Iraq, and this is another country where I had to do some research, and I've gone for Mircea Doski. He is a left back on Victoria Pilsen in the Czech league. He is actually very, very solid defensively. For Argentina, there's a lot of great players on this team, but it is still the GOAT, Lionel Messi. He puts up a 9 out of 10 performance in MLS every single week. He had almost 60 GA in MLS last year. He reads the game better than almost everybody, if not everybody in the world. So yeah, it's Messi still. For Algeria, there are actually multiple players that I was debating. This one was actually pretty tough. Benzabani's been brilliant for Dortmund. Ibrahim Maza, 20 years old, playing great for Bayer Leverkusen. Riyad Mahrez is playing great. Aissa Mandi has played really good in the French league this season. And then Anas Musa has been really, really good in the Eredivisie. So this one was actually pretty tough. I did go for Ibrahim Maza though, because for the national team, he stepped up more than anybody else in the African Cup of Nations, even though they did crash in the quarterfinals. And he's been really good for Leverkusen too. Next up is Austria, and I've gone for Konrad Laimer, a very underrated right back that's played very well for Bayern Munich this season. I was also thinking of, Marcel Sabitzer or even Schlager or Baumgartner, but I think that Konrad Laimer has proven that he is the best Austrian footballer as of this moment. For Jordan, I've gone for a player that will not be at the World Cup, unfortunately. Yazan Al-Naimat scores goals for the national team for fun. He was so crucial in the Asian Cup when they made it to the final, but unfortunately he won't be at the World Cup. Next up is Portugal, and I've gone for Bruno Fernandes, and I cannot express how good Bruno Fernandes actually is. 21 assists in the Premier League this season, 8 goals, almost 30 GA. But he is the best player in the world at creating chances. I don't care what anybody says. He is the best right now. For the DR Congo, I've gone for Chancel Mbemba. He is absolutely solid in the French League One, and he was splendid in the African Cup of Nations for the DR Congo. Always puts up solid performances, so I've gone for Mbemba. Colombia, I've gone for Luis Diaz. 29 GA in the Bundesliga this season. He's absolutely rapid. Had a great season, as I've already mentioned, so it's got to be Luis Diaz. For Uzbekistan, I've gone for Kuzanov on Manchester City, and this one was pretty obvious too. Defensively, he is very solid. 4 countries left, starting with England. I was this close to picking Declan Rice, and then I remember Harry Kane existed. Top scorer in every competition. He had 36 goals in the Bundesliga alone. He's an absolute talisman. England's number 9. Next up is Croatia. Modric is in his 40s, and he's still putting up 8 out of 10 performances for AC Milan week after week. Next up is Ghana, and I have Antoine Semenyo, one of the best players in the Premier League this season. 21 GA. He was brilliant for Bournemouth when he was on the team. At Man City, he started off great, fell off a little bit, but still performed really well. And lastly is Panama, and I've gone for the player who's nicknamed Coco. He plays on Pumas, center mid for the Panama national team. Can't say I've ever watched him, but I just heard a lot of positive things about this guy from Panama fans. Anyway, those are the best players from every country in the World Cup, in my opinion. Like the video, subscribe, don't forget to turn on that notification bell because I'm going to be posting World Cup content until the tournament starts and during the tournament. I'll see you guys next time.